Ooh, what up? No, this isn't a Tuesday. This isn't a Thursday. It's a Wednesday, but that's because we've got a hell of an episode to come to you this weekend. BKFC 56 from Utah going down. Past guest of the show, Christine Faria, is going to be defending her strap this weekend again against Beck Rawlings. And tonight's guest, Esteban the Mohawk Rodriguez, will be stepping back inside that BKFC squared circle against Mr. Vandermeer. So before we get to talking about that and get to talking about his last fight and what's going to go down this weekend, I mean, you still got Eddie Alvarez and Mike Perry too. I mean, son of a bitch, dude. Make sure you're tuning in to BKFC 56. But we got to tell you about the fine folks who are bringing you this show, and that's the homies over at Potter's Tree Service. If you're in the need for tree removal, tree trimming, chipping service, storm damage cleanup, walnut logging, or lot clearing, Asa Potter and Potter's Tree Service are the guys for you. But hey, I can tell you by running my mouth, but let this video show you what the guys at Potter's Tree Service can do, because you don't need Hacksaw Jim Duggan to be out there yelling, "Ho!" with a 2x4. Get Potter's Tree Service, and you won't need to say anymore. Until next time, in the in-between time, check out the show.
This is the Ring of Honor, a.k.a. Shane T, boy, the baddest champion you ever seen, boy.
This is Mr. Anderson.
This is good old JR Jim Ross, and you are listening.
You're listening to Knockouts and Three Counts.
Cover! We got a new world champion!
That might be one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen in my life.
Knockouts and Three Counts is the podcast, baby! It's the real deal, baby!
Knockouts and Three Counts starts now.
Ooh, what up, though? Like I said, this is Wednesday. It ain't Thursday. This is Knockouts and Three Counts, but we got a lot to talk about because this Saturday, BKFC 56 is going down. Like I said before, I told you about the fine folks at Potter's Tree Service. We've got two guests on this card. There's a lot of stuff going down. We've got the return of the Mohawk, Esteban Rodriguez. How you doing, my man?
We in the tennis, baby, man. Listen, I'm ready to go chop some trees down after seeing that, baby.
Shout out to Potter's Tree Service.
Yes, sir. Man, loving it so, man. Love you guys.
Ace's got a fucking BKFC fighter coming up in this bitch chopping down trees now, man.
You know, hey, they call me the Sam Squanch, man. You already know. I'm ready, bro. I live in the woods, baby. We better do what it do.
Let's go. Hell yeah, man. Well, first of all, thanks for coming back on the show. How's things in the world of the Mohawk, man? It's been a minute since we had you on.
It is lovely, man. It is lovely. It has been a roller coaster of events, breaking through adversity. You already know I found purpose again, man, doing something bigger than I've ever been doing now. I'm dedicating this fight to the cancer patients and the veterans out there who made this possible. Thank you, gentlemen, out there for bringing us on as well and putting us out there. No doubt, gentlemen. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving every minute of this, man. I'm out here in Utah right now just waiting on the warpath, baby. I'm on the warpath.
What's the weather out like in Utah right now? What's it like out there?
Woo, it's a bit nippy. It's a bit nippy.
It is here too, so you're not missing much.
Man, I'll tell you this: I ain't gotta pay. I ain't gotta pay no $20 or something. Give me a little ice bath in like the stream cryo, man. I'm ready to get it in out here straight on the snow, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah, dude! I love it.
Free ice baths.
So before we get to the ice baths, man, the last time we had you on, what up, though, Bree? I see you in there. Make sure you're checking out Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. A little birdie told me she might be running the show tonight, so check that out. But with that said, you got to let me know. The last time we had you on was before your last fight that you had against John Michael Escoboza, which was a fucking war, first of all. So hats off on that one, kind sir. But now that you've had some time for that fight to kind of register and resonate, and you're headed into your next fight, what were your thoughts on that fight? You know, obviously things didn't go the way you wanted with the decision and everything else that was going on. But dude, you guys had a fucking war in there. If I'm not mistaken, you guys got fight of the night on that one.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, you know, what are your thoughts on that fight, and what are your biggest takeaways?
Man, listen, that was a dream come true fight for me, man. I was able to display that warrior spirit. It was definitely put my skills to the test at that time, and it was my first time ever being to go them 5 rounds into those deep waters to see how I performed, man. And I was loving every minute of it, man. I couldn't click like I wanted to. You know what I mean? I didn't have as much as training as I feel like enough time for that fight like I wish I wanted to, but listen, my coaches got me together really quick as best as possible, man, and we went out there to perform, baby. It was amazing, man. On my part, I loved it, man. I was able to do my head movement for the first time. I was able to really display a little bit more of that footwork, but I need to work a little more on on trying to get off them ropes, man. In my mind, I was like, oh, MMA, I can't turn them over. I can't turn them over. And it was like I had that click in my mind, like I can't really get that face off or that turnaround, because it was, for some reason in my mind, I was thinking like MMA, I can't do that. And I was just stuck on that, like, oh, motherfucker, get off me. Let's fight. Let's fight. But, man, other than that, though, I had a blast, man. I was able to really test myself and really put my skills on display. And we came out with fight of the night, baby. And man,
hey, man, it was a little fun, extra bread never hurt nobody, especially around Christmas time. So, with that said, you know, one of the biggest things that jumped out to me, I agree with your coach, Calvin Harbaugh. I'm in the same boat as you. We all thought you won that fight. I was a little surprised by it. I was surprised by the decision on that one. Like I say, with the whole thing with the knockdown and all that stuff too. So with that said, the one thing that jumped out to me, I mean, dude, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to see that you're a big, tall sumbitch. So with that said, the big thing that I wonder was for this camp was using your range a big part of your camp, because with you being that tall and having those arms, man, if you get your jab out there and are able to keep that stick in his face, you can hit these dudes before they can even get close to you. And in this case, with your opponent Vandermeer, I believe you're going to have a reach advantage in this one as well, so you can catch him on the way in while he's coming in. Or if, like you said, when you end up in these clinches with your MMA experience, man, I mean, it's really going to be able to help you fire off them uppercuts. Was that something that was a focus at all in this camp?
Man, I just was out there ready to perform, man, ready to give whatever I could at that moment. Like at those times, the uppercuts were there. That's what I felt would try to get them off of me. And I feel comfortable throwing those. You know what I mean? I'm just barely getting started on this, so I don't really even know what I can do myself. So that was that really first test for me, you know what I mean? And like that range, I'm still trying to find that range right now. And I'm still trying to, like, what's the word for it? I'm still trying to adapt to that. You know what I mean? That breaking off, that keep the lights out, get my head in the fight. Don't worry about anything else besides strictly performing the best of my abilities. And this camp, I can honestly say, man, I'm definitely going to be utilizing that range a little bit more.
I like it. Well, and the thing I like about this fight, man, I'm doing a little bit of, I did my research like we like to do out here. You know, one of the things I saw when looking into your opponent is I really feel like BKFC did a good job of matchmaking on this one, because he's got 2 wins in BKFC. You've got a couple wins in BKFC. and you're both coming off a loss in this one. So both of you guys need a win, and it'll put whoever wins this one, it's going to put you right back on track. So it's not a fight where you got a guy who's on a 5-fight win streak and he comes in and he fights a guy who's on a 3-fight losing streak. I feel like in this fight, it looks to me as though you guys are both really in the same boat and on the same playing field. It's even playing field for you both, where one of you two's got to step up and move yourself back in that win column, which it seems like you feel like you're ready to do. What are your thoughts on this matchup with Keegan Vandermeer?
Listen, man, BKFC has done an amazing job on matchmaking these guys up. They put a hell of a card on. And honestly, each one of these fights is going to be fireworks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is going to be a competition for the knockout of the night or the knockout of the fight of the night. So one way or another, you guys are going to be seeing action-packed banging all night, baby. You know it.
I like it.
A lot of blood on this card, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of blood.
Oh, yeah. A lot of cuts, a lot of bruises. There's going to be some bones to those down there, man. You know, the knockouts is going to be coming too, man. There's going to be all kinds of knuckles flying, man.
I'm just calling it now. Like, I feel like we need to, like, I've got the studio set up here where we got the TV on the wall. We can be watching BKFC, and the UFC's got a couple badass fights on that as well this weekend. So we can be double screening it in this bitch. So, Corey, J-Bone, I'm going to need y'all fuckers to come out of hibernation right quick. We got some fights to watch out here. I'm just saying we're gonna throw out some parlays by the time we get out. But by the time we get out of here, and we'll tell you how we're leaning on this. But with that said, what do you know about your opponent, Keegan Vandermeer? How do you what you've seen? How do you feel like you guys match up?
Man, this is definitely the biggest test as well. My last fight, I was a 185 world champion, man. You know what I mean? So now I know for sure I'm digging into those high-level fighters where, you know, it ain't no more little dilly-dally pushing daisies on. You know, I got to put on the best performance. I know he's got his footwork on point. He's been doing his thing with, you know, clean boxing. And this is no doubt going to be one of the best fights of my life. You know what I mean? Being able to perform my clean boxing now. And this is where I get to slow it down and show the people that I'm the next world champion, baby. I'm going to mop the floor with this division. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
What's it feel like? I had kind of brought it up before we went live, but what's it feel like to get that organizational push to be put on a card like this? I mean, they have a ton of athletes that they could have filled this, you know, spot with, and to have your name come up, have the Mohawk fill that spot. What's that feel like to you to know that you have all the potential eyes on you coming into this fight?
Man, dude, I can't thank them enough, because now they know for sure I'm the next $1 million fighter coming up. They're giving me my opportunity, and now I'm gonna be able to display that here this weekend, man. Let's go, baby. You know it. I've never believed that I'll be able to be in this position, but you put the work in, man, and they will see. It don't matter who's looking or, you know, behind closed doors. Everybody knows that when you do the work, the show will display it. No doubt about it.
Well, that goes right off what your coach is saying in the comments. Do you feel like your opponent Vandermeer hasn't been tested yet?
That is where I feel like anybody who's been in the game hasn't fought anybody like me before yet. Everybody, you know, they've been able to really tiptoe around that true fighter grit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody likes to come in with a game plan till there's a fist in their mouth. And then as soon as everything starts flying, the true fighter comes out of somebody. You know what I mean? As soon as they're in there, you know what I mean, you get true pressure on you. You ain't got time to think about hitting those angles, or you don't got time to think about counters, or you got to fight. You got to fight. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, it's a survival of the fittest in there. You know, dog eat dog. I mean, like, he's a dog, man, and I know he's going to be coming for my head, so it's going to be a hell of a banger, man, no doubt about it. I know he's been training his ass off, man. He's definitely going for the run for the belt too, I'm sure, and he's got people that he's going to be doing his thing for as well, and it's just going to be one hell of a fight, man. No doubt about it. We're either going to be taking fight of the night, or else we're going to be getting knockout of the night. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I think,
hey, man, another bonus
in the comments, man, actually speaks volumes, because even though he may have lost that fight, it's very controversial, right? The ending, but here he is on this big card with, I mean, we're talking legends in the mixed martial arts game.
Yeah, man. I'm rubbing shoulders.
The guy that won the fight ain't on the card, so you don't even have a scheduled fight lined up. So I feel like that speaks volumes to your work, man. So hey, if I'm walking in, this guy's so excited to get in there and just bang, dude. Like, it's a different mindset, right? Like,
yeah. No
All
doubt,
fight,
man.
like,
As I said,
everything aside, training aside, like you look like you're just pumped to get in there and just have some fucking fun. That's scary
bro,
if you're walking
it's
into a
the
fight
journey,
with a guy like
bro.
that.
This
You
is
know what I
the
mean? So,
journey, man. I'm living a dream right now. I never knew I would be in this position right now, man. I love to display and put the people what they want. You know, I love to put the people on their feet and give them what they want. And they're coming out to see some blood and they're coming out to see some fights. And I just personally never liked that dancing in front of each other, looking here, let me tap here, tap here. No, you get your ass to swinging or you get your ass the fuck out the ring because we want to see some fights, damn it. And I'm
he's
here to
ready
give
to
the people what
bang.
they want. I'm ready to go, baby. I'm ready to go because I know he's ready to go. So we're going to have some fun in that motherfucker. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So I'm not gonna lie, just hearing you say that just makes me excited about this fight. But with that said, I mean, now you've had a few fights in BKFC, you know what to expect. It's not anything that's new for you. You know, do you feel like as you progress in BKFC and kind of move your way up that ladder towards a title shot, if that's which obviously is the goal. So moving your way up the ladder, the higher you get up in the division, do you feel like you're going to have to be able to turn on and turn off the wanting to get in a war? Because as we know, it don't take much to get cut in these fights. And if that happens in every fight, it's going to make it easier for you to get cut in your next fights. So is that anything that you're thinking about as you progress in your career here in BKFC?
I have actually, man, and this is where it comes down to now my camps now. You know what I mean? Like, can I afford the camps? And like after this fight, this is gonna slingshot me into that division where I can finally get the money to fund my true camps. Like I have to yet find a 6-week camp or a 5-week camp or a 4-week camp that, you know, let alone with all adversity coming at me from outside. Because you guys know how life is, man. Life will come and knock you on your ass before you even think that you even dancing with it. So, you know, you got to have everything in order. And a lot of these guys that are out there and up there already have like those camps and those trainers that are being all this dedication into them, dumping money into their camps. And like these guys, man, have no idea yet. After this fight, I'm going to be fighting for no less than 25K, just for the fact that I know that I'm going to be able to really implement all of that because I put all of my money into my camps and I give back to the community. And I just really haven't been able to really do that and show that because of the funds and the budget that I have. And, you know, I'm a little man coming up, man. I'm a little man at the start of the ladder, man. And when I start making this big money, they're going to see what a true champion is supposed to do out here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Love that, dude. It's all about the journey, like you said, man.
It's all about the journey, man. It's all about the journey, man. You know we're gonna have some fun in there.
When they write the book at the end of your career, we'll be talking about shit like this. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
That's what I'm talking
about. It's gonna be a movie. Fuck a book. We're gonna get it in.
There you go.
And no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're gonna get it in.
Invite us to the world premiere, would you?
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, we all know a good movie's got a great ending, especially usually in fight movies, at least most of the time. With that said, what's the prediction on the end of this movie at BKFC 56? How does this end?
Woo, baby, fireworks with the grand finale with my hand being raised, baby. Of course, I want my man, you know what I mean, to come out not hurt or anything, but I've been working my ass off, man, as much as I could in the little bit of time that I've been able to, and there's fucking gonna be some blood, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir, dude. I love it, dude.
Either I'm gonna kill in there or else I'm gonna be killed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no in between. We're gonna kill or be killed.
We talked. I brought up the question of what it meant to you to be like in this position, but what's it mean to share a card with the likes of like Eddie Alvarez and stuff? That doesn't get any bigger than the name, you know, like the names on the top,
man.
And then on top of that, the fact that they're stacking the whole upper echelon with all their homegrown champions and stuff, their talent that they're really trying to push. I mean, BKFC, like you had mentioned earlier, they really did a good job of stacking this card.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a tough fight, no doubt about it, man. Like this is definitely going to be one of those big bangers, man. Like this is one of those nights where everybody's got to be on their best. You know what I mean? Because if not, you're going to get mopped on the floor. You know what I mean? And this is everybody's eyes are going to be on this show. So you know what I mean? There's not going to be any weak fights on this. There's not going to be any of those little diddly daddles. Like this is going to be no doubt action packed all the way through. Like no, buckle up because it's going to be a fun one, baby, man. And this is, and like honestly, like there's other people that look up to me that I'm doing this for. Like I don't feel like this is just me going in there now anymore. You know what I mean? Like, because there's people that inspire me because I feel like they say that I inspire them. So it's like, I can't let them down, man. And then it's like, I'm going to just give my 100% out there, and we're going to see what happens, baby. We're going to see what happens. And so far, you know what I mean? A lot of people can't really handle that kind of pressure, man. And it's like, I know this man is definitely ready for war. So it's just pressure meets pressure, man. And there's going to be a display of diamonds out there.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, and you already know we've been rocking in your corners for a while now. I don't know, Brad, in the comments, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm not deleting anybody's comments. We're on the same team as you, homie. But with all that said, like Corey said, there's a hell of a card on this one. Like, I mean, we're talking about all these different people that are beyond there. You know, we got to get some of your picks on some of these other fights because, I mean, literally, dude, you've got bangers down this whole card. You've got, after we got you, before we get to picks on some of these legendary fights that we got lined up, you know, there's another guy who, if you're from the Michigan area, and if I'm not mistaken, Corey, you and I both have called his fights as well. You've also got Eric Lozano, who's going to be on this card too, man. So talk to me about that fight a little bit.
Yeah, man. Like, I know he's been doing his work too, man. Like, we've been working together, actually. You know, Michigan boys, man, we got to stick together out here sometimes, man. And like, we don't really got that big of like bare knuckle out there because it's still illegal in our state. So, you know what I mean? When we get together, man, we get to put on one of the hell of a fucking show. And I know he's been grinding his ass off. I've been grinding my ass off, and we've been beating the shit out of each other. So we definitely going to be ready to perform for the people, man. You know what I mean? This is definitely one of the biggest cards, like I said, that we've ever been on. He's been going against the top dogs, you know what I mean, of the state. So I'm trying to run up, you know, get to his level to be able to get performance on that big pay-per-view card, man. So I feel like after this fight, ain't no more prelims, man. We're definitely going to be on the big boy shows now.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, you're both on the main card with this one, dude. Or no, you are on the it is prelim still. I was going the way up.
I get to close out, man. I get to set the
but you're getting the main event spot on the prelims.
Spot.
Y'all go out and do like you did in your last fight. You guys are gonna bring a lot more people in to come watch that fight. I mean, it's the same thing like you see on ESPN Plus and what we see with all the stuff with the UFC, man. You get a good banger on at the end of the prelims, and it gets you ready for the fight. But with that said, like you said, you're closing out the prelims. Eric will be first on this one. And then I don't know, Ben Moore or Bridger Bercier. But then you got Arnold Adams and Nick Terrell, man. That's going to be a fucking fight, dude. You got the U.S. champ versus BKFC UK champ, dude. This is going to be somebody's going the fuck to sleep.
There's going to be a lot of people sleeping on the cameras that night. No fans or buts about it. There's a line of legends, man. There's going to be some Hall of Fame fights. And you know what I mean? All the legends going to be in attendance too, man. You never know who's going to show up, man. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah, man. This is a hell of a fucking arena that they're about to display. You know what I mean? So this is like, there's going to be a lot of eyes, man. A lot of eyes and the opportunity for everybody to really slingshot their careers right now, man. So that's why I know we got to go out there and steal the show, man. Me and Vandermeer are going to put on our best fucking performance of our lives, man. And I'm telling you guys do not want to miss this show, baby, because it's going down. We both going to be eating some fish, man. They know what fans and buts about it, man.
Hey, man, but you already know that going in on this one. So who do you got in this one? Do you think Arnold Adams gets this one, or you got Mick Terrell?
I'm going to have to go with Arnold on this one, man. I was training actually. And when I was just getting started, I was training actually to fight with Arnold because I was in the heavyweight division. And I was looking in, you know, eyeballing the competition in the heavyweight division to see who I'd be tiptoeing with. And he was definitely one of the ones that I was kind of worried about, that I was like, all right, I got to step my game up so I can step in with this man because he's got hell of a power, man, and he's got a hell of a right hand. And I know now, though, man, I ain't really got to worry too much. I mean, maybe eventually down the road we might be able to get some work in, you know what I mean, get some training in because, you know, iron sharpens iron, man. And I have respect for all these guys, man. And I know all these guys are ready to do their thing too, man.
Hell yeah, that's going to be a great fight, and I couldn't agree more as far as Arnold Adams goes. I've been watching him since the early days of BKFC. This next fight is one that really kind of sticks out for me because we were actually talking about bringing on HD Davis. Shout out to our guy, Bulletproof Troop. We'll have to make that one happen in the feature. But with that said, Howard Davis, Kai Stewart, how you feeling on this one, bro?
I might have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Davis, man. I seen the way he was doing his thing, man. Davis he is a star too, man. He's got a hell of a fucking uppercut. Patient, sitting back in the pocket, always waiting for the shots.
He's
Homie's
clean,
undefeated too. Yeah, homie's undefeated
quick,
too, though, man. And
quick.
he's very quick, man. So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be fucking 4th of July in that.
It's gonna
bitch
be
here,
interesting
man.
because Kai Stewart talks a lot
Yeah.
of shit too.
He
Yeah.
surprised me, man. Kai Stewart seemed like one of those guys, not to take anything away from the champ or anything, but when he first kind of made his debut into BKFC, he just seemed like a tough guy that was able to really take a punch and stay in a fight and then deliver his punishment later on. And to now be in the place that he's in, holding the belt for the organization and making his first defense, man, I'm really surprised he has made it to this point. No offense at all. And to see his growth and his skills to make it up to this point, and then where he can still, I feel like his ceiling is still very high because of how much he's improved in just his short run in BKFC. So I like this fight a lot, man.
Yeah, that's definitely. I've seen Davis, you know what I mean, live, man. He was on the same card with me out in Miami, man. Dude, that man is a beast, man. I haven't really seen him strictly like that, but I've seen some of his fights, and I've seen he loves to get in that grind too, man. So this is definitely going to be a big test for the both of them, and it's going to be fireworks, man. I'm telling you, dude. There's going to be blood splattering everywhere.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the difference in this fight comes down to I think I got Howard H.G. Davis on this one because even though it's been one of his biggest assets in his fights thus far in BKFC, I think the problem for Kai Stewart in that fight's going to be that guy just likes to come forward and tries to be up in your face. Against a guy like Howard Davis, Davis can box and he is slick and he's got good footwork. So I see with that length that Howard Davis has, I see him just catching him with the 1-2 on the way in, or catching him with maybe a check hook or something and being able to hit him where Kai Stewart can't hit him because he has to get in close. Again, like I was talking about with your fight with that range. So for me, I feel like it's got to be Howard Davis, and I feel like he's going to catch him on the way in. Now, I could be completely wrong. Now, this is no disrespect to Kai Stewart. I'm just judging based off like the styles of those fights.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
I really feel like this is tailor-made for Howard Davis on this one. But either way, like Corey said, it's definitely a matchup that I am looking forward to seeing go down. I feel like this could be another one. Like you said, a lot of people might be taking naps and going to sleep, and it ain't going to be from
man. BKFC. Oh yeah, BKFC matchmakers really did their fucking thing with this, man. I'm telling you, they fucking outdid themselves with this card, bro. I can't put together anything better than what the fuck they did, man. To be honest, bro, this is like a dream fucking card right here, bro. No ifs, ands, about it, baby.
It seems like once or twice a year, man. BKFC. I mean, I love all their events. I watch all their stuff, but beyond that, they. Once or twice a year, man, they really come out swinging, man. They throw their fast.
Oh, yeah. They pull that hat out the fucking hat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know that when it's title fight. I mean, if the order that they have on Tapology is the way these fights are going to go, I mean, the next fight is past guest of the show, which if you guys are new here, please make sure you like the stream, share the stream. Let everybody know if you're new here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're only 7 away from 1,000. Let's make some money in this bitch. Please hit the button. That said,
listen, support the dreams, baby. Support the dreams, you guys.
Hey, man, we're trying out here. Just got back from WWE Survivor Series. Was up in there with the game, Triple H and Cody Rhodes and all them. So make sure you check that out when you're done with this. But that said, I mean,
it ain't gonna cost you nothing to hit that button, man.
See, you heard the man.
Don't be afraid to hit that button, man. Don't be afraid to hit that button. Subscribe and support, baby. They do this for us, so do this for them, yo. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, appreciate that. But like I said, we got another past guest of the show about to step in there. You got Christine Faria getting down, man. And man, her and Beck Rawlings are going to bang it out again. And I don't know, man. Like, I've got all the respect in the world for Beck, but after the way the last fight went, man, like, I don't know. You hear her say it all the time. She said it when she was on here with us. Man, Christine Faria is different. Like, she's different. I feel like not too many of these girls really want to fight her, even though she's got the belt. All props to Beck because she's not only done it, she's doing it again. So clearly she doesn't have a problem fighting her.
I was a huge fan of Taylor Starling. I was, but just look at the way that fight played out. Like you say, I
Yeah.
mean, Christine Faria is just different, man. She puts her hands on these girls, and they just all of a sudden. I mean, shout out.
They don't
Beck
want to be
Rawlings,
there no
like you
more.
said. Yeah, like you said with Beck Rawlings, man, she wants, she's in the rematch and stuff like that. But I mean, we seen the way that first fight was playing out, and I feel like leading with that, with the momentum, and maybe having her timing a little more figured out, and the fact that that was her most recent fight. I mean, Christine Faria is going to walk out there with her belt again. That's my opinion.
Yeah, dude, she ain't cutting no corners. Every time I watch, like my daughters, dude, they love her. They absolutely love her. Like, she took the time out to take pictures with us. You know what I mean? Like, I have so much respect for her. You know what I mean? Like, she was doing her thing out there when we performed in Omaha, Nebraska, when I was going up against Jacquees, man. And I got to meet her out there, and I got to see, you know what I mean? Like, after a little more of her fights after that. And I got to say, man, she's got that title for a reason, man. She is definitely a different breed, bro.
I couldn't agree more. When you see her, tell her we said what up, though, man. She's
Oh,
got to
you
come
know,
back
baby,
through
you
again
know it.
soon, man. We were talking about bringing her on
Yeah,
before
Matt,
this fight, and it didn't
mad
end up
respect for the
materializing. But yeah, we definitely got a lot of respect for her as well. You know, I got a lot of respect for the guys in this next fight, because any of you that have been following this show for any length of time know that I rock with Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens pretty heavy, because he rocked with my brother Miles Fury Jury. So, I mean, I remember, this tells you how long I've been around MMA. I remember him coming here to the Royal Oak Music Theater to walk Miles out to the cage back in like 2006 or 2008, somewhere in there. Like, yeah,
No
man.
way.
This is
That's-
pre-UFC. This is
Wow.
pre-Ultimate Fighter. This is all that shit. And I remember he broke his foot on Homeboy's face and knocked him out. That was a hell of a fight. But yeah, man. Jeremy Stevens and Jimmy Rivera, this has got fireworks written all over it. And I'm going to take a wild guess and say somebody's getting knocked the fuck out, or somebody's going to break their hand, or both.
Yeah. Steve, I feel like Stevens might be walking out with this one, man, but you never know with them boys in there, man. Them boys is going to war. You don't know what's going to happen there, man.
I feel like Jeremy is tailor-made for this. As long as he can take bare-knuckle punches, bro, like, dude, that guy, I was in the building when he fought on the card for and he knocked out Dos Anjos. That's who it was. He fought Dos Anjos and on the Brock Lesnar Randy Couture undercard, bro. And this man threw yeah, dude, that was cool as shit to be at. And he threw an uppercut from his feet, and I just watched RDA's lights shut off. Just
Dang.
Yeah, just like it was at that moment that I knew that I don't ever want that man to fucking hit me in my life. So that said,
the Josh Emmett fight when he landed that elbow and just crushed that
was pretty gnarly too. He's got a lot of those at this point, you know,
man. But
hard to go against that guy. He's given us so many highlights over the years, dude.
I'm gonna go with Little Heathen.
That's what I was gonna say, to spin it back into this fight, man. And if you look back, he just if I'm not mistaken, his most recent fight was the Jose Aldo boxing match, which ended up in a draw, which was a very competitive, fun boxing match.
Wow.
So, that being said, he's been training boxing. He's been working on, strictly just hands. And now he's in an element where it is just hands, added the clinch and stuff. But the bare knuckle asset, like you say, we'll see if he's able to take that punch. I feel like from what
I feel like he's going to be fine.
He's going to be able to take that punch.
No doubt. He's going to put a hell of a show for us, no doubt.
Yeah, Jimmy Rivera is no slouch, though, man. Jimmy Rivera, I was a huge fan of his in the UFC. He always
I was too.
And since he's made his transition to BKFC, I believe he fought into a draw in his last one. But it yet again was a very fun, competitive, Jimmy Rivera is that guy. He brings it every time, and he always has that same.
No, he won his last fight. His last fight was against Berksad. Holy shit, I don't know how to say that name. But he had a draw with Howard Davis, who's on this card.
Okay. Oh, so it was HD that he drew, that he had the draw with. Okay. I was trying to remember, but either way, it was a really competitive, fun fight. I remember that when for some reason, the win slipped in my mind at this moment. But that being said, Jimmy Rivera is still a dog, but like you guys say, man, little heathen, man, bare knuckle. It's gonna be hard to compete with.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a tough decision to make right there. Who's coming out on that one?
Yeah.
Who knows? You might get another draw, baby. You might get another draw the way they go.
I think somebody's going to sleep in that one. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think somebody's going to sleep on that one. I would be willing to bet you a good sum of money that somebody gets knocked out, whoever that might be in that match. But
I got 25 push-ups on it.
Come on.
I got 25 push-ups on it.
Make sure you're following us at KO3C Pod. If somebody doesn't get knocked out in that fight next week on one of the episodes, I'll do 25 push-ups.
I'll record it too. If nobody gets knocked, I'll take mine and I'll record and I'll post it up.
Hell yeah.
I lost, you guys.
He's just trying to get a workout in because he knows somebody's getting knocked out. But
oh, you know it.
But all right, next fight we got on the tap on this one. You got a guy who we just had one of his proteges just on the show for your new APFC flyweight champion, our guy Cody the Codebreaker. Oh my God. Yes, thank you, God. Why was I drawing such a blank? But
He's still in the last fight. He's still in the last fight. He's still
right, man. Yeah, man.
Already. He's in those pushes already.
Bet I ain't scared. So if somebody gets knocked out, that just means you're doing 52. It's all right.
Yeah. Fuck, let's get it. I'm ready. Let's get it.
It's all right. Make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're in there. With that said, bro, I feel like the rest of the way out, we could pretty much be saying somebody's going to get knocked out. But you got Big Ben Rothwell versus Todd Duffy, who has one of the fastest knockouts in UFC history. That's gnarly,
man. Bro. Roswell, dude, is a whole different monster, though, bro. Like that man, the way I seen him move in his last fight, man, like he was moving like a little 205er. Ain't no advantage, but he was in there doing this. The combos was coming out flawless, man. Yeah, bro. I was like, man, don't big motherfuckers can move like that.
Hell yeah, man. That's going to be a hell of a fight.
When I was reading the card, I read Todd Duffy, and it didn't register to me that it was like the Todd Duffy from like.
I forgot that it was Duffy for a minute because they've hyped so much him and Alan Belcher. That's been the fight that everybody's been talking about.
Fights, but like the last memory I have of Todd Duffy is when he made that UFC with Mir in like 2015. So I was like, damn, at the same Todd Duffy. Like, don't get me wrong, dude's a badass. Like he'll kill somebody, but it just didn't register me till today.
His last fight. No, his last fight actually was in 2023. He fought for KSW. He fought Phil DeFries, but he lost.
He fought,
and then he lost in that fight in February of this year. But you're right. Before that fight, his last fight was in July 15th of 2015 against his last fight. It was Frank Mir.
This is UFC. I don't know.
Yes. Oh shit, that was a damn good fight too. Frank Mir was no pushover either, man.
Right.
Hell no.
That was the last memory I have of Todd Duffy. No disrespect, but like that's just all I had. And I was like, damn, that's the same Todd Duffy.
Man, bro.
He had one of the fastest knockouts in UFC history, too, man. Oh, yeah. Like, so this is another one. And oh my God, like Ben Rothwell looks like super Ben Rothwell in there at this point. The way he blew through my man, dude. Like,
dude,
somebody again,
savage,
I'd be willing to bet you a good sum of money or push-ups. Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out in this fight, but that's just me.
Yeah.
As far as who I think wins, I'm going to go with the experience inside BKFC on this one, and I think Ben Rothwell wins this fight.
Oh yeah, no doubt. The mountain is coming.
I'm leaning the same way, man. Todd Duffy, because I actually did see that KSW fight, and he looked like he didn't quite return to form. He definitely had that ring rust on him, and now making that transition into BKFC, we'll see how that Big Ben Rothwell knuckles feel, laying on the face, man. I feel like that can't make that transition.
Rothwell had two fights, two finishes, right?
Yeah, dude, two finishes back to back, bro.
Okay. It's hard to go against somebody like you said, somebody with the experience in BKFC, two finishes and two fights. I'm not going.
He's a savage. He's a savage, bro. Like the way his his athletic ability for his size. You don't ever see that kind of stuff, man. The way he could throw those combos off and be able to come back in and dude, you don't ever see big boys like that. You know what I mean? Throwing down. Like, he's got a long future and a long road in this game. I definitely love to work with him one of these days, man, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I know I know I'd be able to, help him out a little bit. I know a lot of these other guys are afraid to get in there, but I'll go in there with his ass, help him get to the next level too, man, because I know, dude, like, he's definitely something this world's never seen, man. And honestly, dude, like, I'd love to be a part of that too, man.
Like you said,
I know I'm in the same path.
Like
yeah.
that, man.
All right, bro.
Make that drive into Wisconsin, man. But with that said, man, this main event fight has got a war. Gonna be a fucking war, man. Oh my god.
Got a Michigan boy on there too, man. You know this. He's ready to go out there and do what it do, man. That's the king of violence, baby. I'm telling
Platinum
you, man.
Perry and Eddie Alvarez, bro. Oh. Dude, this is gonna be a scrap.
Man, I don't even know who to go with on this one, man, because it's like I got my hometown homie, you know what I mean, Platinum, man. And then I got my Mexican brother too, Eddie Alvarez, ready to go out there and do what it do, man. I can't
Bro,
go.
I want to go with Platinum, and I feel bad for saying this because he's a Michigan boy, like you said. But, man, Eddie Alvarez is a bad
bro. That's a bad motherfucker, dog.
He's slick and he's tough.
He is.
That's what's scary. But he's slick and he don't care.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, to spin it back, I mean, look at the experience level in BKFC.
I agree. I agree, man.
And Perry's fought a lot. I mean, he's fighting now a guy. Granted, I feel like Alvarez is still quick, but he's not significantly quicker, and he's smaller. So I feel like we've seen Perry fight Luke Rockhold, who's significantly bigger than him. He's fought, he's fought bigger guys. He's fought guys that are his size, and now he's fighting somebody who's notoriously fought a weight class below him. And I feel like with the size difference and the experience difference, man, I feel like Perry's just going to be too much for him out there. I really do.
It's going to be a war, man. Dude, it is going to be. I'm telling you, dude, that's two pressures, man. Two pressures meet. Fire and fire, man. It's going to be a fucking show of diamonds, man. There's the fucking. It's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
In this particular thing, the vet is Mike Perry, right? He's got 3 fights to 1. It's just, I mean, who did he fight? So he fought Venom Page, Luke Rockhold, and he was the other guy.
You ain't fighting no pushovers either, man.
Guy isn't fighting no slouches.
No, he fought Luke Rockhold, Michael Page, Julian Lane, and Michael Seals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
There we go.
All savages,
all
too.
Dogs.
Bro. All savages, bro.
Taking nothing away from him, but dude, you got to go with the veteran here in this particular situation.
Man,
I would think.
And Perry had that. To spin it back to a while back on that old Triller card when Triller was trying to do something. Remember Perry had that win over I forget the dude's name now, but he had a win over a significant boxer in this bare knuckle platform thing. I don't. You guys remember what I'm talking about when Triller was running their own little triangle?
Yes,
the triad.
Oh yeah.
It was Seals. Michael Seals, I think.
I just said that. That was Michael Seals.
Okay,
it was Triad
was
Combat.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That was thing. That was wild.
That was a legit boxing. He beat a boxer in the game, and now has made his way into becoming kind of the star. The face of bare knuckle. It seems like at the moment, and man. To see Mike Perry go from where he was in his UFC career to kind of being like a fan favorite that people kind of win or lose, people just wanted to see where he went and the shit that he talked, to now being like the family guy Mike Perry that is serious and even when you hear him talk in interviews and shit, his demeanor's changed. He's realized
found his sport for sure.
Yeah, he's realized the spot.
Oh yeah,
he's realized the spot that he's in, and he's taken advantage of it. So shout out Mike Perry. I feel like he's gonna yet again take advantage of that spot come Saturday.
You know what, man, dude. This is gonna be a fucking hell of a fight, dude. Those guys, dude. That's why I feel like I was gonna be in competition with Fight of the Night. If them boys is definitely, because I know there was. Those guys, man, the fucking speed, the power, dude, the fucking no give no fucks, dude, attitude that they got, dude. We're gonna fucking stand and bang. If you like it or not, we in there. And them boys is gonna be fucking displaying a hell of a fucking fireworks show.
I think
Banger,
there's probably
banger,
about
banger.
five fights on this card that potentially has fight of the night, man. I mean, you're
Yeah.
one of
And
them.
then the UFC fight night's a
yeah.
banger too. I mean, we don't got time to go through the whole card fight by fight, but I mean, dude, you got Misha Tate is in the same spot as you on the UFC card as the main event of the prelims.
Yeah.
And then you got
Let's get
Puenhele
it tight, let's get it tight.
Soriano versus Stolfus. And then from there on, dude, you got Clay Guida versus Joaquim Silva. You got Sean Brady,
Wow.
Kelvin Gastelum, Rob Font, Figueredo, and then Jalen
Gastelum.
Turner,
Oh,
Bobby
yeah.
Green. And then you got Beneil
Bobby Green,
Dariush
let's
versus
go.
yeah, man. And you got Beneil Dariush versus Sarukian.
Woo! Wee. Yeah, they're doing it. Hey,
Stacked
well,
one.
BKFC gonna snatch tonight. You know, if it's
Oh yeah,
They
I
snatch
mean,
tonight.
dude, I'm not gonna lie. I don't get me wrong. I'm gonna watch the UFC, but BKFC has definitely got piqued my interest.
Oh yeah, everybody
Saturday.
get your 2 TVs ready, baby. Get your 2 TVs.
That's why I
ready.
said I got the
Multi-
setup here in the studio. We're straight.
You
I'll tell you
know
what,
it.
though, if I'm picking one out of that UFC fight night, dude, Rob Font and Davison Figueiredo, that's gonna be fucking
Yeah.
bombs, dude. That
That's
is gonna be a
just-
fight.
I feel like that one's flying under the radar so much with Figueiredo's move up to 135 and facing somebody in Rob Font who's a boxing like stylist. I feel like it's it's a tailor-made matchup between the two of them to just bring a fun striking matchup.
That's a main event caliber fight, dude. If you ask
Oh,
me,
yeah,
That could
yeah,
have been the
definitely.
main event.
My fight of the
Definitely.
night, since we're gonna, it's got to be Sean Brady, Kelvin Gastelum. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
I
wanna
agree.
see-
I agree.
I want to see how Kelvin Gastelum looks in that move down, and Sean Brady coming off that loss took a bit of time against Bilal Muhammad since then, and where he's at now in his career, he was on such a high trajectory, and I feel like he hit a bump in the road. Let's see if it's just a bump or if it ends up being a slope. We'll see.
Nice.
I feel like I really like this fight, man.
Yeah, you
All
gotta
right,
get that
so-
second TV ready so we can see it too.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. So, J-Bone, since you started it off by saying that with the Font fight, who do you got? Is it going to be Font or does Figgy make it a good debut at 135?
So, yeah, I always go against debuts at different weight classes, man. But this one's
Ooh,
different.
the pressure's on. The pressure's
Davison,
on.
I mean, you know he's a dog, dude. But fine, he's got them hands, dude. The guy can jab you all night long.
Mhm.
If I got to pick one though, I mean, I could literally flip a coin for this, but I'm gonna take Davison Figueiredo. It's tough for me to take. This. I don't like picking guys
By
that are coming into
decision,
weight
or does he
classes.
knock him out?
I think it goes to decision. I think this is one we're gonna see a lot of bombs, a lot of good boxing, but ultimately it's gonna cancel each other out, and they're just gonna box and box and box until we go to decision. It's gonna be some blood.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think
think,
it's going to be a stand-up fight too. Honestly, in this fight, I think Figueiredo wins. I feel like because I feel like this is a tailor-made fight for him. He just wants to go in there and throw bombs. And Rob Font is slick with his footwork, but he's going to oblige in a stand-up fight. I mean, if Font goes for takedowns, it could be a way to win. But I also know that Figueiredo's got good jiu-jitsu as well. So with that said, I feel like Figueiredo is going to make good in his debut at 135, which if he does, to be getting a win against a guy like Rob Font, dude, that's going to be a hell of a win for him, dude. Like that puts him right into the top of 135, and then he's right back basically where he was at 125 anyway. So, I mean, big stakes for Mr. Figueiredo come Saturday.
To see the shape that he's in compared to where he normally is. I don't know if you guys have been following any of the like media and stuff in regards to that, but his physique is still very much filled out and stuff like that, but he doesn't look sucked in like he always did trying to make 125. He always looked like he was a half a bottle of water and his whole body worth of, water weight. Yeah, he looked
I've seen that before. I've
he
seen
looked
that
like he was
before.
weigh-in day. He looked like he was ready to pass the fuck out every time. And I feel like having that weight advantage coming into this one, man, it's going to be a huge thing, not having to suck himself out to that level. And I feel like we'll see how big of a size discrepancy there ends up being, but I feel like that's going to be a huge thing in his favor. For Rob Font, though, after that victory that he had over my boy Adrian Yanez, man, I can't go against him right now, man. That performance that he put on against somebody who I felt was such a good boxer and so crisp and so clean. I feel like it's going to be tough waters, even if Figueiredo is looking good at 135. I feel like it's a tough fight.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
it. Who you got in that one, Esteban? You got Figgy, or do you like Font in this one?
I'm gonna have to go with Figgy on this one too, man. It's a tough decision too, man, but I'm gonna have to go with Figgy on this one.
All right, so we've also got Jalen Turner stepping in here to fight Bobby Green. Bobby Green coming off a nasty knockout in his last fight. I feel like there could be another knockout in this next fight as well. How are you feeling on Jalen Turner versus the King, Bobby Green? First of all, also shout out, happy birthday to the King, Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, Jerry. Man, listen, the Bobby's no doubt going to do what it do. I feel like he's definitely going to do what it do. Mr. Green is coming out with that next nasty knockout again, man. I've been watching him a bit too, man. He's been doing his thing, man.
What you think, Corey? King Bobby Green, or do you like Jalen Turner?
I feel like the size is such a big thing, but also the fact that, like, we've seen these fights recently where these guys are stepping in on short notice, sometimes successfully, Tom Aspinall, sometimes very unsuccessfully, Volkanovski.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, being the fact that it's like, 10 days notice again, Jalen Turner's notoriously one of the tallest, biggest. He's slender, but he's huge for the weight class. So to have him try to suck back down and make weight in just a couple days, I feel like that's a tough ask for him. I
didn't think about it like that.
If the fight
I never thought about it like that.
If the fight was under normal circumstances, I feel like Jalen Turner would, his length, his ability, his ceiling is overall higher. I feel like that would lean me in that direction, because I feel like it's still a very close, fun fight, even with the short notice and everything else. That being said, man, with the momentum and the short notice nature, I feel like Bobby Green's going to be able to take advantage of the potentially sucked out Jalen Turner.
What you think, J-Bone?
Hey, I'm riding the wave of momentum here, man. We got Bobby Green on a 2-fight win streak. We got Jalen Turner on a 2-fight win streak. I mean, he's big, but I think Bobby Green's riding a big wave right now. So I'm gonna take Bobby Green by TKO.
He's got the surfboard. He's got the surfboard out right now.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's see. In our main event, man, this is such an interesting fight, man, because I felt so bad for Beneil in his last fight. This is another tough ass fight against Arman Tsarukyan. How are you guys feeling about this fight? I feel like Beneil Dariush really needs to come out and really be able to show out in this fight. But again, I also feel like Dariush is another one of those guys who never kind of really gets his due, right? But he's one of those guys who destroys everybody else, and he's had a little bit of a tough time once he's gotten to the like that top echelon talent. We saw what happened in his last fight with Oliveira, but losing to Oliveira is no like slouch or nothing to laugh at. We're talking about a guy who was doing really well as champion before he got caught up by Islam, which at this point could be Khabib's predecessor at this point. And then, I mean, so to be where we're at now, I mean, I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that if Beneil Dariush can come out here and get back to Beneil Dariush form and beat Tsarukyan, I mean, Beneil Dariush is going to stay right in that top group of people because, dude, Beneil Dariush ain't nothing to fuck with. I think he's going to come back to form in this one. I think he's going to get some kind of nasty submission or something. I think Beneil Dariush wins by submission over Tsarukyan in this one. But
you think? Okay, I was gonna go with Tsarukyan on the choke out on that one.
Okay. Well, tell me how you're feeling on this one. You say you got Tsarukyan by submission, huh?
Yeah, dude, no doubt, man. You know them boys out there with them bears and shit, man.
So all that bear wrestling is going to lead him to a choke against Beneil Dariush.
You know, hey, man, he knows he's going up against the bear, man. So he knows what he's going up against. You know what I mean? My man's out there ready for war. He's ready for war, man.
Well, it looks like you're getting ready for the Bears to come in with them beds that are behind you
Shoot,
right now.
hey, man, listen, this bad boy right here, man, I've been sleeping like a bear, man. I've been trying to go out here and poke the Bears just so I can get me a little good training like them boys out there, man. For real, for real. Yeah, hey, listen, I was out there when I was out there running earlier today, man. I heard some crazy ass sound. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I started looking around. I started getting heart start beating a little bit faster and shit. I thought there was something about to jump out on me, man. Come to find out, it was an elk and mating season, man. I'm telling you, them boys out here getting frisky.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
scream. Yeah,
man, I didn't know what was going on out there. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to be Rocky no more, man. I was like, man, I was starting to second guess it, man. I had no signal. I was like, man.
This ain't no city running, man. There's some animals out here.
Listen, man, I was ready for whatever, though, man. Pumas, mountain lions, man, the Bears, especially. I was eyeballing out for like, man, if one of these little motherfuckers come out, I'm catching his ass. I'm gonna test it. I ain't running. I'm gonna test this shit. We're gonna die. It's throwing downtown.
He's gonna get Bear Grylls in this motherfucker. Here we go.
You know it, baby. You know it. Help
J
the Bear,
Bone, who you got in this
fight?
one, bro?
Help
Does
the
Benil
Bear.
Dariush get it down, or is it Sarukian?
So this is another one of those fights, man. We're expecting fireworks here, but this is a chess match, and I really want to take Dariush because of what he's been doing, but when you look at the stats, how do you say
the fucking Bear.
He averages 3.5 takedowns a fight compared to Dariush's 1.5. So like, I mean, he might go for it more. Can he get up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So chess match wise, I'm gonna take the upset here. I'm taking Sarukian, dude. And I know that's an upset. I literally was going back and forth the whole time we're talking about it. It's a tough one, but that's gonna
the
be
Bear
a great
helped
fight.
out with that.
Is that an actual
thing really swayed my opinion right there? The Bear thing. So
based on the line, is that an actual upset or is that just?
I'm just going off the UFC stuff, but I let me go check the sports book. Give me a second.
I'm pulling up DraftKings right now.
While I give mine, I'm kind of curious about that. Who they think is the favorite? But that being said, man, I feel like Benil, like you said, he's had a tough go once he makes that I'm one fight away from a title fight. It's never like he doesn't lose. Like I feel like these type of fights where he's
I'll take Benil Dariush all day on them odds. Y'all can fuck around and find out. Let's go.
What are we talking?
Plus 250 for Benil Dariush right now? Come on, bro. Fuck around and find out. I'll take Benil Dariush all day on that one.
I hear 50 burpees on the line.
Come on.
50 burpees on the line.
When you talk Benil Dariush, you're right. He might not shoot more takedowns and he might not implement his jiu-jitsu as much as some other guys. That's just because he likes if you ever listen to him in his interviews and stuff, don't let the gray hair fool you. This guy is a 35-year-old killer, man. He literally will sit there and talk about like how Jesus is great and how the world's great and how he wants it to be a better place. But also, I'm gonna put you the fuck to sleep as soon as that bell rings. Like he's got that killer mentality that he really brings into the cage. And to your point, Kyle, a loss to Charles Oliveira, it is what it is, man. And I feel like listening to him talk about it, he realizes it is what it is. And when you put him up against somebody like Arman Sarukian, who I feel like is a really good fighter, but when you've seen him against guys that are well-rounded or like his Gamrot fight, he struggled. He wasn't able to get takedowns. He was taken down. He ended up losing the decision because of the fact he was getting out-wrestled. And even though he was landing potentially better strikes, it wasn't going his direction. Same thing when he fought the now champ, which hard to take away from him, but he had aspects of his game that he wasn't quite there yet. Since then, it's been 3 or 4 years. He's, I'm sure, improved a ton. But I feel like Benil Dariush is really in his prime. Yet again, I feel like he really brings that killer mentality into all of his fights. So I got to go Benil Dariush, man. I'm a huge fan of his, so may sway my opinion a little bit, but I feel like
price, I might switch my shit back too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Apparently you were in the majority, which Which you were thinking you were in the minority. You were thinking you were, picking the dog, and here he is a huge favorite. So yeah, that's not.
I
a bad
think Beneil
idea.
Dariush has got something to prove as well, dude. So I like that one. Well, before we get out of here,
25 burpees.
hey man, let's get it. I mean, with that said, I'm trying to win me some money out here. But since we were talking about odds, are we putting together a parlay on this one?
Oh, I mean, we can. Let me pull up the card.
All right, I've got one ready to go. So, like I said, I'm taking Dariush. Ooh, I got a good one this time. Let's get it. I'm taking oh, come on, stupid phone. I'm taking Dariush. I'm taking Bobby Green. Where am I at? Dariush. Add more. Bobby Green. And you know what? Give me that plus money on Figgy right quick. Give me all three or plus money. $10 wins me $211 in this bitch. Let's go.
Okay.
Cash money on Kyle. Let's go.
Let's get it. All right, burger on you too. Fuck it.
If I'm winning money like that, you got it. Because I'm betting more than $10. So let's go, Corey. What are we running with?
If you're digging to me, I'm gonna dig a little further than we had broken down, but I gotta give some love to my boy Dakar Close. I feel like he doesn't ever fight. We only get to see him once every fucking year and a half because of
another Michigan guy. Let's go.
Yeah. So I feel like I got to throw him in my parlay. We're just gonna ride Michigan boys this time. And with that being said, why not throw Mike Perry in there? Because I feel like Mike Perry's.
Well, I don't know what the odds are on him, so it's.
Oh, they don't have I'm surprised they don't have the line out on them.
They always I don't understand, right? I don't understand, right?
Sponsors their events and shit, so you would think they would be, about it, but
sometimes they don't.
Yeah,
that's why I wondered that. Like they are sponsored by DraftKings, but I never see BKFC fights on there ever.
I think it's certain sports books is what I was reading. Only certain sports books.
Well, okay, if I can't add another Michigan boy, because I was going to ride 2 Michigans and then throw in a main event pick. But that being said, I'll lean. I really like that Sean Brady Gaslam fight, but I just don't know who to go with. I was sitting here staring at it like I want to throw one of them boys in, but I don't know which direction to go. So I'm going to go Rob Font and then Beneil Dariush. That'll round out my my 3-legger.
All right. Let me see. I was trying to place my bet real quick so I can see what yours is gonna.
3? You guys do 3?
Yeah. Oh, what do you got, J-Bone?
I got 4 over here. I'm all fucking. Here I am chasing the money.
Let's hear that.
I'll throw 4. Fuck it. All right. So first one, I got Figueiredo by decision. I'm taking the prop on that. Like I said, I don't think anybody's getting knocked out in that fight. It's going to be tough, but that's a plus 400 by itself by decision. So I'll take that one. This one might be a little bit of surprise. I'm taking the underdog when I'm taking the legend. I'm taking Misha Tate, money line. That's plus 120.
I thought about it. Thought about it.
Sean Brady, Kelvin Gastelum fight. Everybody knows how I feel about Kelvin Gastelum. Just one of those guys.
We got your nephew in this joint, Mohawk.
Yeah. What it do, baby? What it do?
One of those guys again. I just never liked Kelvin Gastelum.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, young buck.
What about the move down?
You know it. Support, baby. Support.
But this is a nice line. I'm taking Sean Brady. He's minus 125 money line. I'm going to take it. And then for my finale, I'm taking Bobby Green by TKO. That's plus 450. We put that all together.
Ooh,
big money. You put a $20 bill on that. I'm walking away with 2 G's, man. Christmas is going to be nice.
Oh yeah, okay then. I'm gonna have to jump in on some of that action.
Don't click that because I don't want people hitting me up for monies and all that stuff.
You lost my motherfucking red
all of a sudden,
I just need the homie fee real quick. But with that said, bro, I know you gotta get some rest.
Everybody on the show.
Yeah, hey man, you already know what it is. If you win that much, first round and second round are on you. But that said,
and a burger.
Hey man, now we're talking.
Yeah. I got your victory food for you too. Don't even worry about it.
My man,
let's go. Well, with that said, talking about victory burgers, bro, let everybody know where they can check out the fight. If you have any last words for your opponent, Mr. Vandermeer, let him know.
Man, listen, you guys, I just want to say thank you guys for this opportunity. Thank you guys for the support. All my cancer patients out there in the fight, stay strong. All my veterans that's been doing their thing and letting us do this. Thank you guys so much because, you know, freedom isn't free. All my sponsors out there who've been helping me, Reserve Marketing Grand Rapids, J&J's Construction as well, JP Quality Services, your heated and coolings. Anytime you guys get a little chilly out there, you need somebody to come bundle you up. You know they got you, man. And again, all my fans out there that have been supporting me, chase that dream, you guys, because I am living it right now. I didn't want to do the work, but I did it, and I'm here. So let's go, baby. Thank you guys so much. You guys for being able to put us out there like that and all the support you guys give us. You guys already know. Go out there and subscribe. My man Vandermeer, let's go put the people on their feet and give the people what they want because you know they're going to be watching, baby. And we're going to set the tone for the rest of these big boys, and we're going to show them that we're here to stay. No doubt.
If I'm not
I love you guys,
too,
man, and thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, too, with that last spot on the prelims, man, at least you get that ultimate spot with the YouTube viewing.
Yeah.
So everybody
yes,
can
sir.
go check it out.
Yep, you guys can go check it out. My
You
fight is
heard
gonna be
it.
free.
Check it out on the
know
tube.
it.
And if you're watching it on the tube, hit the damn subscribe button and protect your
Subscribe
neck.
that shit, baby. Let's go.
Make sure you
Ain't
check
no
it out,
closing
man.
nothing.
Everybody's been saying they like these female episodes we bringing in. Well, we got one of the baddest ones in the UFC coming to see you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out the BKFC this weekend. Peace.
Deuces, you guys. Thank